All right, today is November 9th, and it's time for the Lunar Daily. Let's see what God and Goddess, Divine Ancestors, Divine Archangels, Divine Spirit. What messages do you have for the collective, all zodiac signs? Divine Ancestors, Divine Spirit, Divine Archangels. Please provide clear and precise messages for the collective, all zodiac signs. What messages do you have for November 9th, 2020? November 9th, 2020. Collective, please, Spirit. What energies, what messages do we need to know today? Ask these things, for I believe in you, I have faith in you, I love you. As above, so below, so it will be. Blessed be, love and light. High Priestess, King of Swords, Ace of Wands, Six of Wands, Ten of Pentacles, Princess of Swords, Nine of Wands, Seven of Wands, Queen of Swords, Nine of Swords, Four of Wands, the Fool. On the bottom of the deck, Justice. Alright, so this morning we have the High Priestess, King of Swords, Ace of Wands, Six of Wands. So it looks like today that today's energy is using your intuition. Looks like you're tapping into some ancient scroll. Not an ancient scroll, but the veil of the ancestors. They're definitely trying to talk to us. Is what, use our intuition. King of Swords, the ultimate thinker, intelligence, communication. Ace of Wands, a divine gift of passion, new beginnings. And Six of Wands, we have victory, public recognition. So many today could be being like handed a judgment today, handed a judgment that is gonna program, victory. The ancestors are definitely speaking to us. Definitely at this time of year, it's getting colder. It's hibernation season is upon us. We have the Ten of Pentacles, Princess of Swords, Nine of Wands, and Seven of Wands. Seems to be some type of gathering to celebrate, to rejoice in the abundance, being grateful for the abundance that You provide. You have the Princess of Swords, which is young communication, young thought, intelligence, and all that good stuff. It's almost it's a brand new day. It's a brand new day. Out just exploring, what's going on in the world today. But definitely guarded, wounded warrior with the Nine of Wands and the Seven of Wands. So you're guarded. You're fighting people off. So it's almost like you're taking a break. So if you're in heavy conflict, you're taking a break, and to reflect on past actions, past behaviors, what was said in the past. But you're guarding. You stand true to what has been said, what has how you behaved. Then the Queen of Swords, Nine of Swords, Four of Wands, and the Fool. And the Queen of Swords, definitely the Queen of Swords is very cunning. She's not one to be trifled with. But the Queen of Swords, for whatever reason, has the Nine of Swords. So high anxiety, up at night, can't sleep, such as myself. Four of Wands, but you have the not necessarily the Ten of Cups, but you have the family unit that you want, and through your faith and through your journey that is taking place, the sun shines on you, definitely, most definitely. Today I see a day of rejoice, reflection. It's Monday, and I know most people don't like Monday, but I've always loved Mondays. Well, I like it every day, every morning. I love the mornings. It's a brand new day. It's what has taken place yesterday it's no longer. Yesterday is yesterday. Today is today. So it's up to us to seize the day. With the Ace of Wands, the gift that was given us today, and we have victory in that day. There's a victory today. Victory is coming today, and this is being handed down by authority figures, the head of the family, or maybe it's just you. You're a leader, or it's being handed down by leaders. But you have to use your intuition and the discernment as far as to be humbled in that victory. You don't want to take it for granted. If you do take it for granted, of course, it's that's Murphy's law. That's universal law. If you take something for granted, then it will be taken from you, and that's not something we desire. We're this is peaceful times. This is peaceful times, although we are guarded. So even though we behave in a peaceful manner, that doesn't mean we don't have the resources or the capability of doing battle. But the divine is with us. So today is a peaceful day. Today we rejoice, we reflect on maybe the weekend, maybe on the events that has taken place in this past week. We're in the middle of a huge, controversial election right now. The energy is really high regarding that fact. You have this one side that is claiming victory, but the other side has not conceded. Therefore, there's a lot of anxiety amongst us right now. We don't know the way the world's going to go. If you're invested in the stock market, real estate, and whatnot. Everybody's on pins and needles because we don't know how this is going to go. But I assure you, we get our Ten of Pentacles. We get to rejoice with each other, and we get to come into unity with one another. And it's because if it doesn't happen, and this is what happened. The Queen of Swords. That's divinely ordained. She'll cut your head off. Let's be honest. This is truth. This is justice. This is intelligence. This is communication, and she's not to be trifled with. And that's the thing you don't take for granted. If you do take it for granted, then that's when you end up with the Nine of Swords. So absolutely do not take intelligent thought, speech, how you feel, do not take it for granted. If you don't, if you are humbled by those facts, we will have blissful union together. And that's for all of us, regardless what our political understanding of the world or our wants and needs. It's possible to have union, but it takes compromise. It takes compromise. It takes faith. It takes a brand new journey. We are on a brand new journey, and this is the last card in the reading. So this is the one that we most to pay attention to. This is today. This is Monday morning, right here. The Fool. Take a leap of faith. Enjoy the sun. Enjoy the journey. Be grateful and humbled for where we are at today. And there's no need for infighting, for riots, for protesting. It's just going to leave everybody guarded. And what good is that going to do? Because they're just standing still. Wow, he's fixing to beat down. And maybe this is a, odor in a restaurant. Hey, get away from my shit. I worked hard for this. Don't just tear it down just because you hate rules and you hate law and everything like that. Laws and rules are there for a reason, and we must obey them. We don't have to agree with who the leadership is in charge of these laws and rules, but we do have to obey them. Me personally, I was in the military. 101st Airborne Air Assault Division. Not a huge fan of the government at all. It's very political. It's rarely has to do with the government. Rarely has to do, I believe, the best interest of the American people. That being said, I got up this morning and I made a cup of coffee and a Keurig. Nobody truly is suffering. There are plenty of instances where there's situations, yes, people struggle, but I struggle every day. I struggle pay-wise, week to week for sure, sometimes day to day. Sometimes I get a little relief and I might struggle only 2 days at a time or 3 days at a time. Regardless, that should never take away being humbled. You should always be humbled, always be grateful for the abundance that is always surrounding you. And look at the support and the love and the family unit and the circle of friends. It's so important to keep those tightly to our heart and not necessarily trying to prove a point or wanting to be right. Who's right? What side is right? This left side's right side's right. Well, if one side says no, you're wrong, well, that side is wrong. We don't have to accept everybody's ideologies, but we do have to tolerate them. Because we are in union together. We are in the space together. So it's up to us to not let situations go. If you're adamant about an idea or ideology that you feel is beneficial and others do not, that's okay. As long as it doesn't erupt in violence and destruction and such terrible behavior of, you see all those are brats. Those are brats. This guy is defending these brats. These are people that are unforgiving. They don't know the value of tolerance. They don't know the value of acceptance. All they know is they all agree with each other, and they say and profess that one person is wrong. So we must go get them. And that is incorrect. That is incorrect. Because we all have a right to union. We all have a right to our own religious, spiritual beliefs. We all have a right to behave and believe how we wish to be. Because we are all free. And the two universal laws, you cannot impose your will on others and do no harm. And both those laws currently are being violated in the universe. And that's why there's such eruptive chaos. Not just here in the United States, but across the world. And that is the whole purpose for divinity, for the divine. They're here to help us, not destroy us. Use your intuition. Tap into ancestry. And I believe if you look down in the deep depths of your heart of hearts, you know that this universal law applies to everyone. However, the narcissist in the world exists. And they will say otherwise. And those that disagree with that say they're wrong. And the narcissist says we're wrong. There's not a wrong or right way, but you have to follow the universal laws. You cannot impose your will on others. You kind of defeat the purpose of being a narcissist if you're not controlling somebody, right? Yeah. We're not here to be controlled. You should police yourself. You really shouldn't need somebody else to babysit you or your behaviors or your thoughts or your ideologies. To each is their own. Truly, to each is their own. There's only one person, and the companion, the familiar. But there's only one person in this journey, because we were born alone to this journey of the individual, and eventually, through that journey, you find acceptance, tolerance. You find union. And you find safety. You find comfort. You find euphoria. And that's a good thing. But regardless what anybody believes, we are all true to this fact right here. If you disagree with me, I'm going to defend myself. You can disagree with me. You don't even have to accept me. You don't even have to tolerate me. But you will not attack me. You will not attack me. Because this will defend. And take heed to that, people, before you decide to take to the streets and go protest to whatever valid reasons everybody has. But when you enact violence, you remove any argument of ideology that you ever had. Because you're breaking the rule number one. You're imposing your will on others. You're a dictator. You're a Nazi. No. That's a no. That's a no. So today's reading is most definitely about the perseverance of teamwork, getting along, divine union, the gift that the divine has given us. And if we take this gift for granted, we will not, I promise you, we will not like the results. Okay? So I hope everybody has a beautiful Monday, November 9th, 2020. And let's do work and let's be kind to one another today. And, be the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords. Okay? Everybody, blessed be, love and light.